Is it true that you played for Wales after playing one professional game of 15-a-side rugby?
Yeah, so like after the Olympics, I was like, all right, I've been on that's pretty incredible. Like the luck of like that happening and things like that. Like that's like going to be my career high. 12 months later, I've just been picked to play like international rugby for Wales, which like as a rugby player in Wales is like the dream.
So I'm here with Olympian and professional rugby player Sam Cross. Sam, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, mate. Well into lockdown now. Starting to get a little bit stale, but yeah, just striving through now. The end is near, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a really strange time, and you're the first non-football athlete I've chatted to on this series, but I had to come to you first because you've had such a mad career. I don't really know where to start. How did you get into rugby?
Yeah, non-football, not by choice. If I had my choice, I think I would be football. But yeah, well, yeah. But basically, I come in late as a rugby player. Really, I played football, like love football growing up. Always wanted to be a professional footballer up until about 16. And I was like, right, I'm probably not going to make it. Yeah, I got the furthest I got was like Newport County, and yeah, the rugby opportunity came up, and started playing in sixth form going into university. But yeah, universities where I probably first started taking it seriously and thought that hang on, the door might be open for a career in rugby. And yeah, went from there, really started playing university rugby, started playing in the Bucks Sevens, which is like the university Sevens competition. And I got trials for Wales then not long after that, and it sort of opened that door into the Wales Sevens, and that's sort of where my career kick-started, really.
For people that don't know, how would you explain professional sevens rugby?
Professional sun chasers. It's a pretty good lifestyle for any sort of young rugby players. I think it's an incredible lifestyle. The season starts in December, so you go Dubai, Cape Town, Wellington, Sydney, Hong Kong, Singapore, Vancouver, Vegas, Paris, London on I think it's like an 8-month series. So yeah, it's a pretty good gig. You're traveling the world, playing rugby, playing in some like amazing stadiums, amazing cities. It's tough. The fitness, the sort of demands of the game is a lot tougher than 15-a-side. But yeah, if you're a young guy, up and coming rugby player, it's nothing better than sort of traveling the world with your team and playing in front of big crowds as well. It's really good exposure for the Sevens now on sort of Sky Sports. Every tournament's live, and the opportunities in rugby sevens now, you can become a Commonwealth Games athlete, Olympic athlete. There's World Cups. There's a lot of doors there for the sevens rugby.
And you became captain of the Wales seven side, didn't you?
Yeah, so my last season, I was captain of the Wales Sevens. That's my 4th year. I was going into the Olympic year. I think it worked out like 250 plus games in the end. So yeah, first of all, I was doing it part-time with my uni degree, and I thought, oh, this is like a pretty good lifestyle to like sort of do this while I'm doing my university degree, and if it continues, it continues. If not, it's a pretty good run. And it progressed pretty well, and signed a full-time deal after finishing university. And when that sevens was announced, it was going to be Olympic sport. I think that's when my sort of mindset switched, and I was like, oh my god, this could be some opportunity if I sort of knuckled down. And it paid off in the end.
Who did you sign the professional contract with? Is it with Wales, or is there club sevens rugby?
No, so yeah, Wales, the core contract, the rugby seven side, so you're contracted to the union.
Okay, and as you said, your mindset changed, and I can see your tattoo there, the Olympic rings.
Yeah, rings and the medal date then as well. Nice souvenir.
People who don't know what happened, how did you qualified for the Olympic squad, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, really. So it's England, Scotland, Wales, we're all on the circuit playing against each other all year. So as you can imagine, when we play against each other, it's like home derbies and the rivalry between the countries, and pretty hard after each other. And we knew at the end of the season that they were going to be picking the best players from the 3 teams. England had a pretty strong year. Scotland had a good side. We were probably the best we'd been in a couple of years as well. So it was really competitive. And they were going to whittle it down to like a 30-man squad at the end of the season. So every time sort of the derbies came that year, you've almost like thinking, oh, I'm competing for place this year. This is the guy I'm competing against. So yeah, it got really heated. And at the end of the season, they cut it down at the 30-man squad. And we were based in London. So we had 10 weeks to prepare as a Team GB. So it's the first time it's ever happened. You have like the Lions model in 15 side where it happens every 4 years and it's tradition. But this was the first time it was going to happen in Rugby 7. So yeah, we all knew of each other, but to come together as a squad and have 10 weeks to prepare for the Olympic Games in Rio, when every other team had played together for years and they build partnerships and relationships, it was going to be a massive challenge for us. But we had a Rugby Europe series to get through together, so we sort of played a couple of tournaments in Europe, and we didn't actually do very well. We first one, I think we lost to like Belgium or Germany and like some of these like lower ranked European teams. So, and we had like an all-star lineup. We were like, oh, hang on, how are we losing to these teams? But it was just like that building relationships. Like we just weren't used to playing with each other, didn't realise each other's strengths. And so through them 10 weeks, the squad was sort of getting cut at certain periods, and we only found out about 3 weeks before leaving, or 2 weeks before leaving for Rio, what the final 12-man squad was going to be. So yeah, it wasn't like the most amazing prep in the world, but I think it just brought us closer that we knew we had 10 weeks. We all lived in a hotel in London. The boys from England lived in the local area, so we spent like a huge amount of time together through that period, and it was a pretty amazing experience looking back at it now.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm guessing going from playing at uni for like a hobby to start with to professional, and then all of a sudden you're an Olympic athlete.
It was pretty surreal, to be honest with you, because as a rugby player growing up, like I was a massive Olympic fan growing up. I can remember having the Athens PlayStation game and sort of feeling
with the buttons. Were you a soccer or a Vaseline?
Like this on your keypad, like blisters on your thumbs. But yeah, I always like was a massive fan of the Olympics. Like it's incredible. The worst thing about playing in it is you don't get to watch it on the TV because you sort of miss the summer of the Olympics, because you obviously it's incredible being there, but it's not like being on the sofa and you're just on the red button and you sort of like every day you're following what's going on. Like out there, you're in the bubble and you kind of you don't kind of realise what's happening because you just try to take everything in, and it's such a big thing to take in that but just being a massive sports fan, loving the Olympics, and you never think you're going to have that opportunity as a rugby player. And when that came up, it was incredible, really. And yeah, the way it happened as well, just having that 10 weeks to prepare for it. It was just like a bit of a whirlwind, really, that summer.
So were you part of the flag ceremony? You got to be part of the opening ceremony?
Yeah, it was I think it was 2 days before we played, and we sort of had a team meeting on it, and like people only see the bit where you're in the stadium, you walk around, but before it, you're actually stood around for like 3-4 hours. Like there's a lot of like admin that goes into organising every country. It's like a couple of miles out to the stadium. You're all queued up going through. It's like one of them long rides at Alton Towers in the middle of the summer, and you're queuing miles back to get in, just to get like your 10 minutes of walking around the stadium. And we had a meeting. We're like, oh look, like do you think you'll drain our legs? Like it's quite a late night as well. Like it goes on till 12 o'clock, something like that. And we were like, oh look, like we've trained 10 weeks for this. It's kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity. We don't know if we'll ever come again. Like we got to make the most of every second year. Like we've got to go to the Olympic opening ceremony. If we go home and we haven't been, or we had the opportunity to do it and we didn't go, like I think it'd be something that we all regretted. And it's generally one of the best experiences of my life. So glad that we done it, and you're just rubbing shoulders with like people you never thought. Like obviously Andy Murray was our team captain, and he like really bought into it. He spent a lot of time with like us around the village, and was really up for like talking and having a chat and just like learning off people from other sports. I find like as a general like massive sports fan, I'm like really interested in how other people train, and really interested in like individual athletes and like the different mindset, because I've always been in team sports. Just find it like really good sort of experiencing different people's what they think really, and what they do is really interesting.
Yeah, especially someone like him who's achieved what he has over his career.
Yeah, I recently watched his documentary as well. He's just like incredibly like his mentality is just so just a different level, really.
Yeah, it's mad. That stair climber, not even any music, just silence.
It's a grind.
Yeah. Um, then progressing through the tournament, not to speed through it, but you medalled.
Yeah, so expectations going in, you're like looking on Sky Bet and stuff, and they're like, oh, they got that's like 6, 7 favourites, and we were like, oh, I kind of thought it was a bit disrespectful because I thought we had a pretty good team, but I understood that like they're probably thinking, oh, they've had 10 weeks to prepare for this. Like South Africa, New Zealand, Fiji, Australia, these guys have been playing together for 5, 6 years. They've got people with like a lot of experience playing together. But we kind of thought of it as we got a free shot here. Like no one's really expecting much from us. We haven't played together, but we kind of had our expectations as a group, but we could medal. We played some tough teams as well. We played New Zealand in the group and we beat them. We had the RGs in the quarterfinals. It was 0-0 all game. They missed a penalty drop goal with like a couple of seconds to play. Went to extra time. Then we missed one. Then they hit the post with another one. And this guy that kicks for them, Gaston Revol, he nails everything on the circuit. So when he stepped up, you're like, oh, this guy's putting us over. And obviously Argentina, like, it was like a home tournament for them. Like they cry every time we had the ball. All you could hear is like it was like real hostile towards us. A lot of RGs in the ground, and we managed to come up with a win in that one. And then we had the semi-final, and we were sort of talking before it, and we were like, oh look, like we win this one, we're guaranteed a medal here. Like this is our opportunity. Like with either silver or gold, and that was a real tight game. It's like a lot of things that went our way that tournament. Like one of the main guys for South Africa that year, Sabola Snatla, he picked up an injury in the tournament, so he was sort of like gas man, like real dangerous player for them. He was injured when we played against him, and then we had like the Argentinian guys that said hit the post. It was like a few things you think, oh, like like one of the things that everything's kind of going your way, and we're like, oh, we've played 5 games here. Like every bounce of the ball has gone our way. We've beaten like Kenya, New Zealand, Argentina, with some good sides. And then, in the final, we sort of rode our luck a bit too long, and Fiji put in, I think, one of the best sort of sevens performances I've ever seen.
I was keeping across it, obviously, knowing you, like they produced, didn't they, in the final?
Yeah, they had some big players in for that. I think it's like a monumental occasion as well, because like Fiji had never won an Olympic medal before that. And like you see the Fiji fans, they're like absolutely fanatical, and then to see the impact they had back in Fiji, like if you're gonna lose to anyone, like they're good guys. Like it's printed on their currency now in Fiji. They've got on every like bill in Fiji is like the Olympic rugby sevens team having their gold medals, and they named the airport after Ben Ryan, the British coach, the English coach that coached them, and like it had such a massive effect back there. Like it's pretty incredible actually seeing like the reaction of it. And it was disappointment when we lost, and we're like, oh, we come so close, like gold medal. You're thinking, oh, I could have MB off the back of this. Like it was a beauty a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But looking back at the whole experience and like coming away from a silver medal, like an hour after the final, we were all like in good spirits, singing karaoke on the bus, which like for 10 weeks ago, someone said you were silver medal, you'd have bit their hand off. So there's no point being disappointed. It's an Olympic silver medal. Like it doesn't happen often.
No, it's an incredible achievement. Like, yeah, amazing. Like you say, potentially once in a lifetime opportunity. And then I was obviously reading about your career and stuff before we chatted, just to like make sure I was up to date. Is it true that you played for Wales after playing one professional game of 15-a-side rugby?
Yeah, so like after the Olympics, I was like, oh, right, I've been on like that's pretty incredible. Like the luck of like that happening and things like that. Like that's like going to be my career high. So like how you're almost thinking after it, like when you go back, and cause you kind of hit like it's almost like a little bit of depression after it, because like you have like this massive high in Rio, and then you come back and like for the first couple of weeks it's pretty crazy. Everyone's coming around seeing the medal and you're telling people about it, and it's pretty incredible. Then you like hit this patch where you're like, oh well, what's next now? Like got another season on the sevens, but you're thinking, oh, how do I top that? Like how like you've hit that level and you just want, like, you get greedy. You're like, oh, I want more. Like I'm not happy with this. Like, and yeah, sort of like plateaued for a while after it, and going into that season after, I probably hit like my like peak, like performance wise. I felt like, oh, this is the best that I've played. This is the best that I'm at, like my best level I've been at, and I had a like real good season that year. And the following summer, then the opportunity came up about going in with the Ospreys, and I've been thinking about it for a while. After the Olympics, I was like, oh, I've like sevens. I've been playing for 4 or 5 years. Like gone to the Olympics, got a silver medal, and like what's my next step? Am I gonna just play sevens and hope to get in next time? There's 4 more years of like waiting around for an Olympics to try and go one better, or do I like branch off, try and do something different? And I thought it was like the right time to go, so I sort of took the opportunity. Said, yeah, I'll come in, give it a go. I hadn't played 15-a-side rugby for a long time. Like I had no idea how it was going to go. Position wise, I was thinking, like, before I played back row, I was like, oh, I've been playing sevens for a while now. Like, do I fancy having to start with something a bit different? But yeah, I went back in as a back rower. I played a pre-season game against Leicester away, and really enjoyed it. I was surprised that you don't get as much ball and as much space as in the sevens game, but it was like something completely different. I think it was just like that fresh environment going in, new faces, new sort of training, and it was all like really, like after being with the sevens for a few years, it kind of gets repetitive what you're doing, and just like that complete freshen up. And yeah, so I played a pre-season game, and then Ospreys got a pretty good back row, really good back row actually, probably in terms of in Wales as well. So I had to wait for my opportunity really. So the first game of the season came, wasn't in the squad. That continued then for like 5-6 games, like just couldn't sort of get in. Obviously I hadn't played before. They didn't really know what I was going to be like. These guys that were playing for Wales, British Lions, like they're really experienced guys.
Who are the names for people who play in the back row who you're competing with, coming from 7 straight into 15s?
So in my position is Justin Tipperick. He's like one of the best rugby players in the world. He's Ospreys captain now, played for Wales, British Lion. Dan Lydiate, British Lion, 60, 70 caps for Wales. We got James King, Ollie Cracknell, Dan Baker, all like Welsh internationals. So it's a pretty like star-studded back row. And yeah, so I sort of bided my time for a while. I was getting like a little bit annoyed, thinking, oh, I just want an opportunity. Couldn't get it. I was playing for the equivalent of football is like we have like kind of like an A league. So it's like a development team playing in the week against like other teams' development teams, and that was going pretty well. I was happy with how I was playing. And then sort of a crisis hit the Ospreys, and all of a sudden like back rows are picking up injuries sort of every weekend, and first one came and I was like, oh, like one more injury, you might like sort of have a crack at it. And I was named, then we were playing a big European game against Saracens away. They were like the current champions. So it was my first sort of involvement. I was named as travelling reserve. So it was a bit of an upgrade, still not in the team though, so still like pretty annoyed, like thinking, oh, like when am I gonna have an opportunity? It'd be good just to go up there, like see what like European rugby is like against the best team on their patch, like be a really good experience. So yeah, get to the bus on the day. In the team run before, the guy on the bench, Dan Lydiate, pulls up with an injury. So the coach pulled me in. Oh, look, you're on the bench. So like quickly, like ring my dad. Like, Dad, I'm on the bench. Like finally, might have an opportunity here. So
yeah, he
then like decides, I and my brother are gonna drive up to London for the game. On the bus up there, like pretty nervous, thinking, oh, you like bust in for this opportunity. You're like, oh, why can't I have it? Why can't I have it? And then you get the opportunity, then you're like, oh shit. Wouldn't mind like a weaker team at home as my first sort of 15s game. I've gone in like European champions away in Europe, as your debut, you're thinking, oh, like, what if I wish for you? And so get down there, like pretty nervous before the game, go into the warm-up, like all good. Just before we're going back in after the warm-up, they're like getting our jerseys to come back out, getting to the changing rooms. I'm like looking around, I can't see the Tipuric anywhere. And then the coach comes in, he's like, oh, Crossy, you're starting. Tips is pulled out in the warm-up.
Wow.
So I've gone from like travelling reserve to bench to like starting in like a big European game against the champions away. I'm like, it was almost better to do it that way, because like I think I'd have been so nervous all day if I knew I was starting. It was kind of like I literally had to like chuck the jersey on and go. That was how quick like sort of the news came that I was starting.
Engine room for Bradley Davies this evening, 21-year-old. And here's Sam Cross.
So I didn't have like any time. Yes, literally like, oh, you start there and use a jersey on, out. So I didn't have like any time to think about it. But like I can remember going out like completely shitting myself, thinking, oh my God, like you come out and it's like the flames and stuff, like European game live on BT. Thinking, oh, like I've gone from like, how has this happened? Like I'm starting against Saracens away in Europe, and I just thought like before kick-off, I think, all right, this like you've asked for this opportunity. Like you've been moaning every week why you're not on the team to the coach and asking, oh, why am I not playing? And like you've got to take it now. And yeah, I had one of the best games probably I've played in Ospreys. The best game of rugby I've ever played. Everything just like when everything sort of goes for you, you're like completely involved. Have a couple of good breaks. I end up playing on the wing because we had a couple of injuries. Like, oh, you played sevens, you're pretty quick. Like, you play on the wing for the last 15 minutes? And I'd like never played on the wing before in my life. I was like, oh yeah, I play on the wing. And then all of a sudden, like a ball, Sam Davis out 10 picks a ball up, throws a mental pass over the top, catch it.
And he caps an unbelievable night.
The space, end up scoring in the corner. And we scored a bonus point try then against Saris. Pretty close game, lost to them by 2 points. But I think everyone that watched was like, oh, that's one of the best Ospreys performances this season. Like playing against the European champions away, they played really well. And I can remember like coming back to the change rooms after the game and thinking, oh, this is crazy. And then like you like have a look at your phone. Your phone's like lighting up, like social media. Like you see people tweeting you, being like, oh, amazing, like well done, awesome performance. And you see some like big names tweeting as well, and then some like punditry stuff, and you're like, oh Jesus, like you think you have a good game, but then you see that and you're like, oh yeah, I think I had a good game, and then like WhatsApp messages coming through. So I ring my dad then to see if my dad's at the ground, like go out and see him. He broke down halfway up to London, like wheel off the car, so he didn't even get to make it there to come. He's like, oh, I listened to it on the radio. He's like, oh, sounds like it went incredible and really proud and stuff. And then it's like the bus journey home then, and then you sort of like you think like you're like, oh, like don't read like what everyone's saying now, like just like carry down, but you can't help it. You're like, oh, I gotta have a look. And then like literally like hundreds of tweets and like messages and stuff coming through, and you're like pretty overwhelmed. And then the Welsh squad was due to be announced a couple of like, I think it was like a week later, or it was a couple of days later. Like never even once considered. I was like, oh, I've played one like decent game, like. Yeah. Like people were tweeting me saying, oh, like incredible performance, but no one was saying like, oh, you're going to be in the Welsh squad, because like it just doesn't happen like that. You got to like earn it and like play it.
Yeah.
So the day then the Welsh squad was going to be announced. I didn't even know that the Welsh squad was being announced on like that morning. Like I had no idea. So I went to training as normal, started training, and then come off the paddock, and Sean, our kit man, came over to me. He's like, oh, Cross, you're in the Welsh squad. And I shook my hand, and I was like, oh, Sean, like, shut up, mate. And he's like, oh, no, you are, mate, honestly. And I was like you just like, oh, shit, like, stop it. Like, because I was having a bit of banter at the time, like, you come in, had a good game, but like, I was thinking, they winding me up, yeah. So a couple of the boys saying, "Oh no, you're in the squad." I like didn't have my phone. I was like, "I'm not believing this until I see it." Like I was thinking, "Oh, if I'm going to be in the squad, the coach would like called me the night before, or I would have had some kind of heads up I was going to be in it." And I got back to my phone then, and I thought it lit up couple of days before at Saris. I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I'm watching my phone and it's pinging. I'm just like, "Oh, what?" Like, so I was like, "All right, something's not right." So I go on to Twitter and. See that I'm in the Welsh squad. I was like, oh, this has been like the weirdest sort of 12 months. Like last summer was like Olympics, and then 12 months later, I've just been picked to play like international rugby for Wales, which like as a rugby player in Wales is like the dream.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle. And obviously playing with so many internationals, you play with the Welsh captain as well, don't you?
Yeah, so yeah, Alan Jones was he was our club captain that season as well. So yeah, it's good really that when I went in that you knew quite a few of the senior boys there from playing at the Ospreys, but yeah, it was just such a weird experience because like they have like these calls in 15 aside, and like I can remember going into the Wales camp and they were talking about things on like the training session and stuff. I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. I was like, you don't want to ask anyone because you're like one of the people that think you know what you're on about. So you kind of like, it was like just a like overwhelming experience. It was like pretty amazing. And then to have like your first cap at home, like Millennium Stadium, 85,000 people there singing the anthem. I can remember standing there thinking like, oh, this is crazy. Like people say like, oh, what's like the pinnacle? Was it like singing the anthem that day at home in the stadium, your first ever Welsh cap, or like the Olympics like on the podium? And like it's such a tough one to call. Like just two like completely different experiences. The Olympics you never expected, and they sort of come out of nowhere. And the Welsh one, like as a rugby player in Wales, you always wanted it, you always dreamed of it, and like for it to come true was amazing.
It's actually incredible, isn't it? Like you speak it through, like your career has been insane. What was that feeling like coming on for the first time, and who were you playing against?
It was Australia at home. So it was like, I think I had 5 minutes at the end of the game. I remember like just the nerves before the game. Like I've never been so nervous before, like thinking, like, everyone's watching and it's like your first cap, like, everyone's back in like my local club, Brimau. I knew like the rugby club would be packed and everyone was like, oh, I hope you get on, like get a cap. It'd be unbelievable. Like you'd be the first person from our club to get a cap. And I was just thinking, oh, like it's all you want through your career is like, if you just get one, you're happy. Like you go, like I was an international, I played for Wales. Like it's an amazing thing to say. And as the game was ticking on, I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to get on here. Like it was close at one point, and I was thinking, oh, come on, please get on. And then, like 4 or 5 minutes to go, like I have the call, oh, you're going to go on. I can remember like take my tracksuit off and like you're literally like shaking, like it's mad. You hear the roar of the crowd and stuff. And I went straight on and took the line out straight away. I think that just like settled my nerves. It was incredible experience. Like you sort of try to take it all in. Like after the game, like I remember getting back to the hotel and a couple of boys were going for a beer after the game in the bar, and I had to go like straight to bed. I was so like drained and tired. Not just the day took it out of you, like because you were so. I was like, oh, I probably had so much nervous energy all day, and I was just like completely like shattered after it. I was more tired after the game than if I'd played because I was just so nervous, sat there thinking, oh. It's like a weird like emotion to explain.
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable. That's why I have to get in contact. I always keep an eye out for your career. It's been pretty special. And what's your next step now? What are you aiming for? You've done most things.
Yeah. So this summer I was hoping to have another crack at the Olympics, obviously with Tokyo, and when our season got put on pause, I knew like our season was done. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Yeah, I've got like I would be playing up until like the end of May. I was like, oh, I could have like a 12-week or 10-week extra block here to get fit for the sevens to sort of try and put my name in the hat to get picked for Tokyo. So as soon as our season stopped, I started training pretty hard because I was like, all right, like this could have worked out perfectly. Now, like if we finished in June, it might have been tight to try and like get fit for the Olympics, but now I've got like this extra time, and at the time the Olympics were still on, and I was like, oh, they can't cancel the Olympics. It's like the biggest sporting event on the planet, like, and you didn't realize how sort of big this coronavirus is going to be. And I thought, oh, like it might stop our season, but surely they're going to get the Olympics on. They'll do something to get it on. So yeah, I went hard at it for 2-3 weeks, and then obviously the news come that the games is going to be cancelled for next summer. And yeah, it's pretty disappointed. Like, was hoping to have a crack at that, but yeah, another 12 months, I guess. So that's probably something I'm going to target now going forward. And we got a new coach coming in with the Ospreys. He's worked with some good teams in the English Premiership, so pretty excited to start there and sort of nail a place down with him and try and impress him over the summer now if we get back into pre-season, and well, try and get back into that Wales jersey. That's the pinnacle, really.
Sounds perfect. I've never been to a professional rugby match, so I'm definitely going to have to come and try and watch you. It's not too far away, Wales to Manchester. So it's not too bad, so I'll definitely have to get down when everything's up and running again, mate. Have to come and see how you're getting on.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout when we're over the bridge, a bit closer to. You don't like the weather in Wales. You used to sunny Eastbourne. You come over, you think, what's this?
I don't know, mate. I get the same weather now in Manchester. It rains every day.
It's not nice up north. It's kind of like Wales, actually. Cold. People are kind of similar as well, actually. It's quite friendly up north, apparently. And,
loads friendlier.
Yeah.
Perfect, mate. That's class. Thank you very much.
No problem, mate. Big fan of the channel as well. I've been enjoying some of the interviews. Jason Punchman was a favourite. It's pretty cool guy.